Welcome to Soul Velocity. Today we're diving deep into a topic that will separate your habits from your destiny. The title is Stop Waiting for Motivation, Build Systems That Win. And I've broken this journey down into 10 powerful parts, each one built to challenge, stretch, and grow you. So buckle up. Let's begin with part one. Stop waiting for motivation, build systems that win. Let me ask you something. How many dreams have you delayed waiting for the right feeling to show up? How many mornings did you say, today's not the day, and you believe that little voice in your head? Motivation is a myth, not because it doesn't exist, but because it can't be trusted. Steve Harvey said it plain. You can't sit around waiting to feel like it. Your future don't care how you feel. And he's right, because winners don't wait on mood, they work with systems. You know why most people stay stuck? Because they built their goals on a feeling instead of a framework. Let's make this clear. The people you admire, the ones winning quietly, showing up daily, staying consistent, they didn't get there on sparks of energy. They got there because they had structure. Motivation is like lightning, bright, loud, gone in seconds. But Systems are like electricity, always there, always flowing. So what do I mean by systems? I mean habits that don't ask how you feel. I mean schedules that run whether you're inspired or not. I mean decisions that have already been made so you don't have to battle your willpower every day. Because success isn't sexy. It's not loud. It's not fireworks and applause. It's boring sometimes, but it's faithful. You want to win this year? Then stop asking, how do I get motivated? And start asking, what system will carry me even when I'm tired? Because your goals don't care about your mood swings. They care about your movement. So if you want to change your life, stop chasing energy. Start building engineering. Create a morning plan. Set non-negotiable habits. Know your fallback strategy. Motivation is a guest, but systems are residents. And if you build the right system, you don't have to rely on daily hype. Your system delivers results, even on low energy days. Steve Harvey didn't show up on stage because he felt amazing every day. He showed up because his discipline clocked in before his emotions did. So let me leave you with this. You don't need more inspiration. You need infrastructure. You don't need louder music. You need a louder mindset. Because when systems lead, success follows. Part two, the myth of motivation. Why it's not your fuel, it's just a spark. Motivation feels good, doesn't it? That little fire in your chest, the song that hypes you up, the speech that makes you want to conquer the world. But let me tell you something, Steve Harvey would shout from the stage. That feeling is temporary. Motivation is like caffeine. It boosts you for a moment, but when it fades, so do your actions. You think the champions wake up every day fired up? No. They've just learned how to move without mood. You're not tired, you're unstructured. You're not lazy, you're untrained in consistency. Steve didn't build a legacy by waiting on fire. He built it by building habits that could work cold. Let that sink in, because the myth is this, you just need to get motivated. But the truth is, you need to get consistent. Motivation might get you started, but systems keep you going. And discipline takes you where feelings never could. The most successful people in the world don't rely on emotional energy. They rely on emotional clarity. They know that if they let their feelings decide their actions, they'll never finish what they start. So here's what you do. 1, detach success from emotion. Don't ask, do I feel like doing it? Ask, did I decide this matters? 2, anchor your goals to identity, not inspiration. Say, this is who I am, not this is what I want to feel. 3, reframe motivation as a bonus, not a requirement. If it shows up, great. If not, you're still moving. Because listen, motivation is a spark, but systems are the engine. And engines don't stop just because the sun isn't shining. Steve Harvey said the blessing is on the other side of obedience, not emotion, obedience. So if you're serious about this dream, don't ask for more motivation. Ask for a better foundation and build it with grit, build it with faith. Build it like it's your name on the line. Because once you do, that's when the results start showing up consistently. Not because you felt ready, but because you moved anyway. Part 3, the morning setup, creating habits that don't wait for you to feel good. Mornings are where momentum is made, not noon. Not 5 p.m. The way you start determines how you finish. And I'm not talking about scrolling your phone, snoozing your alarm, or dragging yourself out of bed. I'm talking about building a morning system so solid it runs before you even think. Steve Harvey once said, successful people get up early, period. Not because the clock holds magic, but because the morning is quiet, clear, and free of distraction. That's when winners do their most important work. You need a repeatable system, not a random schedule. One that kicks in whether you feel ready or not. Here's what that might look like. 1, wake up with purpose, not panic. No more chasing time, you own it. Set your alarm and honor it. Your future doesn't start at convenience, it starts at commitment. 2, hydrate, move, and prime your mind. Water first, stretch, then feed your mind something powerful. A book, a quote, a reminder of who you are. 3, lock in 3 non-negotiables. Every day, do 3 things, no matter how you feel. Even if the world is on fire, these 3 tasks are your anchor. 4, avoid decision fatigue. Plan your clothes, your food, your calendar. Don't wake up to chaos. Wake up to clarity, because a messy morning leads to a reactive day, and a reactive life leads to a scattered future. Your morning system should be built like a machine, emotion-free, excuse-proof. Steve Harvey didn't stumble into success. He structured his steps every morning. He prepared like he was already walking in the blessing. You need that energy. You need that alignment. You need that unshakable structure, because when your mornings are rooted, your day can't be rattled. So stop waiting to wake up inspired. Wake up trained. Train your body, train your mind, train your focus, because every morning is a vote for the person you're becoming. And your system, that's the ballot box. Part 4, environment matters. How to build a world that pushes you forward. You can't grow in a place that keeps shrinking you. You can't elevate your life in an environment that normalizes mediocrity. Your system isn't just habits, it's habitat. Steve Harvey said it clearly. If 9 of your friends are broke, you're bound to be number 10. That's not arrogance, that's environmental truth. If your space is noisy, negative, disorganized, and filled with people who don't believe in growth, how do you expect to thrive? Winners build worlds that match their ambition. They don't hope their environment supports them. They design it to. Here's how you do it. 1, audit your atmosphere. Look at your room, your desk, your phone. Is it full of distractions or direction? 2, clean house, mentally and physically. Clutter kills clarity. Remove what doesn't align with your goals, objects, apps, and even people. 3, add triggers of growth. Put a journal by your bed. Place your vision board on the wall. Keep books where your TV remote used to be. 4, protect your peace like a profession. Guard your mornings. Guard your energy. Not everyone gets access, because what surrounds you shapes you. And when you're intentional about your surroundings, your mindset changes automatically. Steve Harvey didn't grow because everything around him was perfect. He grew because he created a space inside himself and around himself that refused to stay small. Even when he was in his car, homeless, he protected his dream space. He didn't let discouragement decorate his mindset. You've got to do the same. Build an environment where discipline feels natural, where laziness is uncomfortable, where the only option is forward. Because your surroundings either remind you of your limits or your legacy. Choose wisely. Part 5, emotional discipline. How to stay consistent even when life feels heavy. Let's be honest. Discipline sounds easy when life is calm. But what about when your world's on fire? When bills stack up, relationships break, or your health takes a hit? That's when most people quit. Not because they're weak, but because no one taught them how to move through emotional fog. Steve Harvey said you have to learn how to be uncomfortable and still show up. That's emotional discipline. Because emotional discipline isn't pretending you're okay. It's honoring your pain without letting it paralyze your purpose. See, life doesn't pause when you're hurting, but your dreams will if you don't have a system that moves even in the dark. Let's talk about how to build that. 1, pre-decide what matters. Don't wait until you're emotional to make choices. Set your non-negotiables when your mind is clear, so your emotions don't sabotage them later. 2, create safe routines. These are actions that comfort without compromise. Walks, journaling, prayer, silence. They hold you steady when the storm hits. 3, limit emotional reactivity. Before you reply, rest. Before you quit, pause. Before you spiral, breathe. 4, show up small, but show up. Maybe you can't do 100% today, fine. Give 10%, but give something. Because showing up builds momentum, and momentum rebuilds belief. Steve Harvey didn't show up only on good days. He got on stage after rejection, heartbreak, and doubt. Why? Because he understood this. The reward doesn't wait for your mood. You want to be legendary. Learn to move through your lows with discipline. Not denial, discipline. You feel like quitting? Good. That means you're stretching, but keep going anyway. Because discipline doesn't just change your habits. It rewires your identity. You're not weak for feeling. You're strong for showing up anyway. Part 6, identity first. Becoming the kind of person who doesn't quit. Here's the truth most people miss. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your identity. You can set alarms, write to-do lists, and buy planners. But if deep down you don't believe you're the kind of person who finishes, you won't. Steve Harvey didn't succeed because he wanted it more. He succeeded because he became a man who wouldn't back down. He didn't see quitting as an option because quitting didn't fit his identity. Ask yourself, do I see myself as disciplined, or do I just hope to be? Do I move like a finisher, or do I still talk like a starter? See, behavior follows identity, always. You want real transformation? Then stop chasing habits and start building belief. Here's how. 1, speak the identity daily. Say it before you feel it. I'm disciplined. I'm consistent. I'm the kind of person who shows up. Words shape belief. Belief shapes action. 2, act like the identity now. Don't wait to become. Move now like it's already true. Your brain will catch up. 3, surround yourself with people who reflect that identity. You can't become a lion in a cage full of mice. Find people who already are what you're becoming. Forgive yourself fast. Mistakes don't disqualify your identity. They refine it. Steve Harvey wasn't perfect. He failed. He struggled, he doubted, but he never let those moments define him. He spoke life into his future. He acted like the man he wasn't yet until he became him. That's what you have to do, because identity isn't inherited, it's constructed. Every time you show up when it's hard, every time you do what you said you would, every time you push through without applause, you're building identity bricks, one belief at a time, and eventually you won't just try to be disciplined. You'll be the kind of person who never needed motivation in the first place. Part 7, the feedback loop, measuring progress without losing momentum. Here's a trap that kills more dreams than failure. No visible results. You've been showing up, you've been working, you've been consistent, but nothing seems to change, at least not fast enough. And that's when people quit, not because they couldn't keep going, but because they didn't see what was changing. But hear me clearly, just because you don't see the fruit yet doesn't mean the root isn't growing. Steve Harvey didn't get his success in 30 days. He went years in the dark, developing skills, holding faith, building habits before the lights ever came on. Success is a lagging indicator. The work you do now will show up later. So the question isn't, where are the results? It's, am I tracking the right evidence? Here's how to build a feedback loop that fuels, not frustrates. 1, track inputs, not just outcomes. You can't control the outcome, but you can track your effort. Did I show up? Did I hit my targets? 2, review weekly, not emotionally. Set a fixed day to reflect. Don't review based on mood, review based on facts. 3, celebrate invisible wins. Did you resist quitting today? Did you do the hard thing quietly? That counts, that builds character. 4, use data, not drama. Numbers don't lie, and feelings don't always tell the truth. Check your real progress, not your emotional weather. Because without feedback, even great systems die. And without celebration, even strong people burn out. Steve Harvey didn't wait for applause. He created systems that reminded him of who he was becoming. He journaled, he rehearsed, he stayed connected to the process, not just the prize. You must do the same. You might not be where you want to be yet, but that doesn't mean you aren't exactly on schedule. Your discipline is building something, and your feedback loop is the reminder. So set your metrics, track your growth, and most of all, trust the lag, because slow success is still success. And silence doesn't mean you're off track. Part 8, eliminate choice. How to automate consistency and crush decision fatigue. Most people think freedom is having unlimited options, but the truth? Freedom is having clarity so sharp, you don't waste energy choosing, you just move. Steve Harvey didn't wake up asking, should I work today? He already knew. He removed the question so discipline became his default. Because choice is heavy. Too many decisions kill momentum. Every morning, every task, every meal, it adds up. And eventually, you burn out. Here's the secret of high performers. They eliminate unnecessary choices. They automate consistency. Let me break it down for you. 1, decide once, execute daily. Choose your wake-up time, lock your workout, select your content creation time. Then stop deciding, just do it. 2, use rituals, not routines. Routines feel rigid, rituals feel sacred. When something becomes part of who you are, you honor it differently. 3, preload your environment. Lay out your clothes, prep your meals, schedule your calendar. Don't let the day happen to you. Own it before it starts. 4, limit inputs. Too much information is noise. Stick to what fuels you, not what floods you. Because discipline isn't about fighting every day. It's about removing the need to fight. Steve Harvey didn't become who he is by winging it. He created a life where discipline was already built in. He didn't rely on daily motivation. He relied on default action. And that's your goal. Make your best habits automatic, not by force, by design. Because when your system runs without emotional drag, success becomes a byproduct of structure. You stop overthinking. You stop second guessing. You just show up over and over again until your breakthrough shows up too. So if you're tired of failing at consistency, stop relying on willpower. Start relying on pre-decided purpose. Because when your choices are aligned, your path becomes unstoppable. Part 9, build a streak. Why momentum is more powerful than perfection. Let's get one thing clear. Perfection is a trap. Waiting for the perfect day, the perfect mood, or the perfect conditions. That's the fastest road to never starting. Steve Harvey didn't wait for perfect. He showed up messy, tired, broke, but he showed up, and that's what created momentum. See, momentum is the most underrated force in success. When you build a streak, even a small one, you create something more powerful than motivation. Movement. Movement builds belief. Movement creates identity. Movement crushes fear. So don't aim for perfect days, aim for connected days. Here's how you build and protect your streak. 1, start small, then repeat. Make the first action so easy you can't fail. Then do it again and again. Consistency beats intensity every time. 2, track your chain. Mark a calendar. Use a journal. Every day you show up, draw a line. Don't break the chain. Never miss twice. Life happens, that's real. You miss a day? Cool. Just don't let it become 2. That's how streaks die. 4, reward momentum, not just milestones. Celebrate showing up, not just results, because showing up is the seed of all growth. Steve Harvey built his momentum in silence. Nobody saw the reps, but that's what made the results loud. He didn't wait to feel legendary. He acted legendary and let the streak prove it. You can do the same. Even if today feels small, even if your effort seems invisible, you're building a streak. And streaks don't lie. 1 day becomes 2, 2 becomes 10, 10 becomes a new identity. And before you know it, the old version of you can't even keep up. Part 10, stay ready. Why preparedness is the ultimate discipline. Discipline isn't just what you do when life is hard. It's what you do when nothing's happening at all. That quiet season, that's where legends are made. Not in the spotlight, but in the shadows. Steve Harvey once said, you don't wait for the call to start preparing. You prepare like the call's already coming. You want to win? Then build a system that's already ready. Because when the door opens, it's too late to get ready. You either are or you're not. Preparedness is the quiet faith that says, I believe in the opportunity before I see it. Here's how the greats live in a state of readiness. 1, they keep practicing in the dark. No crowd, no praise, still perfecting. Because readiness is about respecting the future before it arrives. 2, they rehearse greatness like it's reality. Don't speak as if, speak because it's done. Write the speech, build the course, live in the future with your actions today. 3, they sharpen systems, not emotions. Success isn't an emotional state, it's a system state. When you're prepared, pressure doesn't shake you, it reveals you. 4, they show up with full effort, even in small rooms. How you do anything is how you do everything. So treat every moment, every task, like the stage you've been waiting for. Steve Harvey didn't wait to be on TV to act like a professional. He acted like it before it was visible. That's why when the opportunity came, he didn't rise to the occasion. He fell back on his preparation. That's what you need, because this journey isn't just about being motivated, it's about being unshakably disciplined. It's not about hype, it's about habits. And when the world tries to test you, you don't panic, you don't scramble, you smile, because you know you stayed ready. And remember, your discipline decides your destiny. This ain't just about motivation. This is about becoming who you were born to be. So keep building, keep showing up, and I'll see you in the next one. God bless you, and keep rising.